April I often find as one of the busiest months of the year in the veg garden. There's slightly less to sow in April than there was in March, but a lot of your plants now will be of a size where you'll be needing to prick them out, transplant them out. So there is much to do in the month of April. But in today's video, we shall give you 7 seeds that you could be sowing in the month of April. But actually, there's much more sowing to do than just the 7 seeds. They are just 7 new vegetables that we shall be starting off in the month of April. There's still succession sowings to make. There are follow-on sowings to make. So like I said, there is much to do in the April veg garden. The first thing to say is that everything that we sowed under cover in March can still be sown in April. So if you're a bit behind us, you've grown a different growing zone to us, then just go back and watch our 11 seeds to sow for March. The only exception to that is celeriac. The most favoured month for celeriac is actually to sow in March. But over the last couple of years, myself and Mrs. W have found that the germination has been poor and the actual seedlings were really weak. So we decided to switch that, and we actually sowed ours toward the end of February. And they're looking really good. In fact, they're ready for us now to prick out and grow on until they can go out in May. So if you haven't yet sown celeriac, make sure that it is in the first few days of the month of April. I should be sowing our sprouts this month. It will be towards the end of April. And we're going to stick with Trafalgar. We really like that. They produce some really good harvests for us from the beginning of December, and we were still eating them toward the end of February. So really do like that variety, and I'd recommend that if you're not sure which variety to actually grow. Now, if my grandchildren are watching, they'll be very excited that we shall be starting the sweet corn off this month. We're going to stick with the same variety that we grew last year, which was early bird. Gave some amazing harvests, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
It really did.
Good. Yes.
And I quite like this because it gives its harvest sometime during August for us from an April sowing, and we often have, and in fact we always have, the grandchildren over the school holidays during August, and they love to eat this sweet corn. April is also the time to start off your cucumbers. Now, cucumbers can get very large very quickly if the conditions are right. So you don't really gain much by sowing them earlier, let's say in March. You might as well wait until April, because I guarantee you when you see me transplant these into this polytunnel in May, these will be rather large plants and ready to go. We're going to stick with Pachysandra inside undercover. They're just sort of the right size cucumbers for us and really quite nice. It's also the time to be sowing Marketmore cucumbers, which is an outdoor ridge variety. It's a variety that myself and Mrs. W have grown now for the last 2 or 3 years, and they are really lovely cucumbers. They grow well outside. We haven't really made a decision on whether to grow that variety this year yet, and that's not because we don't like it. It's actually a space issue. There's a lot of our plots that are going to be taken up by things like gourds and flowers in preparation for Abby's wedding this coming October. If I can find some space, then we certainly will grow it. But if you don't have an undercover growing space, then Marketmore really is a great cucumber to grow outside. Next, the courgettes. Now, I see many people make the mistake of sowing their courgettes in March, and they will be huge plants by the time you can plant them out here in the UK anyway, sometime in May. All danger of frost must have passed for courgettes to be planted outside, and they literally double in size week on week after they've germinated. So I've always found that the best time to sow these is April, and then we can plant them out sometime in May, which will start to give you harvests sometime in June. Now, courgettes are an extremely productive plant. Now, you don't need very many plants when it comes to courgettes. They are hugely prolific in their harvest. In fact, for myself and Mrs. W, 2 to 3 plants is more than enough. The only reason that I need 3 plants is because I have 3 varieties. We're going to be growing Black Beauty again. That produced really well for us last year. Now, Mrs. W rather liked the look of something she saw the other day of this courgette, which is called Romanesco. And it has some quite deep ridges on it, doesn't it?
Yes, and different coloured green, sort of stripes. So, yeah, I quite like the look of that one.
So she wants to try that.
Yes.
And then we have the Goldina, which is a yellow type of courgette. And we like to grow that so that when we are eating our courgettes, we can have a nice mix of colour. Green and yellow.
Norwich City.
April is also the month for us to be sowing Romanesco. Romanesco is a lovely vegetable. It's a take on a cauliflower, but it looks quite strikingly different. Slightly different taste, a bit more of a nuttier flavour. But it looks wonderful in the garden, looks great on the plate. And unlike cauliflowers that you can grow for different colours, this doesn't change colour when you cook it. This will remain that lovely, vibrant lime green. So we're going to start that off in April.
Not to be confused with the Romanesco courgette.
True. In April, that begins the succession sowing that we need to do to ensure that we have vegetables to eat all year around. I'm going to be sowing some Wintessa. And this is a great cabbage to grow for the following season because you can sow it between April and May and it will give harvest between February and April. It stands really well in your plots. But also, I have to think about what we're going to be eating between September and November cabbage wise. So I'm going for best of all this season. And they can be sown between April and May. And again, at that time of the year, cabbages hold really well in your plots. So you don't have to harvest them just because they look big enough for you to harvest. You can actually leave them in the ground and take them as and when you want. I was having an interesting conversation with Frank over there in America. And he was trying to explain to me that he has problems with brassicas because his winters are far too cold, but the summers are far too hot. So he really has to think about and hone down what he's going to be growing so that they can eat brassicas. And he happened to mention to me in the comments that he was going to be trying a variety called Tundra. Snap! So are we, Frank. Now, it's got quite crinkly leaves and is ball-headed. So, from what I can see of the description, it's actually not a true Savoy, but it is crinkly enough to give you that Savoy taste. So, once we do get to harvest some of these, I shall do the taste test with Mrs. W because she likes a good Savoy cabbage.
I do like Savoys.
But if you're in a situation where you live in a particularly cold climate, then Tundra F1 is a good variety to try. So Frank, we'll have to exchange notes throughout the growing season and see what we got. to harvest in 2026. April is time to sow our squash, and it's going to be one of those vegetables where we're going to have a change in the variety that we're going to grow. We're still going to stick with the curry squash, really love those, and you know they're ready nice and early too. But when it comes to the butternut squash, we're actually going to be growing Waltham. We actually had some good success with our butternut squash last season, didn't we?
We did, yes, yeah.
After a couple of seasons where it didn't do so well. But they weren't the largest of squash. This looks a slightly larger one. So I'll be interested to see how this goes. We know that the curry squash will just produce and produce. We'll get plenty of that, but hopefully we'll see how the Waltham butternut squash goes. And if you have grown it before, then do let us know in the comments if you have, and let us know what it was like. As well as the vegetables, of course, there are the flowers, and there are quite a few that you can actually be sowing during the month of April. To begin with, everything that we sowed last month in March, you can sow during the month of April. Our flowers are all through, aren't they, Mrs. W?
Yep, we've had good germination this year, thankfully.
Been really good. So we've got some of that job already out of the way. But this month, you could be sowing your poppy seeds, your gladioli, petunia and calendula, lupins, cornflowers and geraniums. There's so many that could be listed, but they are some of those popular ones, and they will really help out with beneficial insects coming into your garden. Now, if you want to know the exact time that these vegetables can be sown, well, we film it all on this channel. So if you're new to our channel, then do make sure you are subscribed, and then you'll see which week of the month we shall actually be sowing these vegetables. And if you want to know those vegetables that we sowed in March but could still be sown in April, then watch this video next. Have a great rest of your gardening week, and we shall see you soon.